problem 5 on discussion worksheet 20. It says consider the molecule shown below and the pair of energy diagrams for next set of questions. Enter the letters corresponding to atoms in the molecule. If none of the atoms apply, then put none. Okay, so first, let's look at this molecule. So if you look at oxygen, you needed to fill in here to complete the octet rule. And if you look at oxygen, you see that it forms a double bond with this carbon. So a double bond requires a double bond contains a sigma bond and a pi bond. And from this, you can see that oxygen and this carbon are sp2 hybridized. They have 3 sp2 orbitals, and they each have 3 sp2 orbitals and 1 p orbital, forming that pi bond. So these are sp2 hybridized. Now, C, you could see forms 4 bonds. This is sp3 hybridized. It has 4 sp3 orbitals forming 4 bonds. D is also sp3 hybridized. E is forming a double bond with F. This contains a sigma bond and pi bond. E has 3 sp2 orbitals and 1 p orbital, forming that double bond with F. So E and F are sp2 hybridized. G is all single bonds. It forms 4 bonds. This is sp3 hybridized. Also H is sp3 hybridized. J and I both are forming 4 bonds. They have 3 hydrogens attached to them. They are also sp3 hybridized. So when you get to these questions, you look and it says which of the following atoms are sp3 hybridized. Well, we just did that. So sp3 hybridized, that is C, D, G, H, I, and J. Which of the atoms are sp2 hybridized? We also just did that. You have A, B, E, and F. Which of the atoms is sp hybridized? Well, I don't see any triple bonds in here. So I would say none. An atom, if you saw a triple bond, that means that 2 atoms have 2 sp orbitals and 2 p orbitals. And those p orbitals are helping form those 2 pi bonds. Triple bond consists of 1 sigma bond and 2 pi bonds. 4, which of the atoms are represented by the energy diagram on the left? So energy diagram on the left is an sp2 hybridized atom because p orbital. You have 3 sp2 orbitals, hybrid orbitals that are equal in energy, and you have a p orbital that is higher in energy. So there's only 1 atom representing the energy diagram on the left because you have 2 lone pairs. You have 2 lone pairs. You have 1 sp2 orbital contributing an electron to forming that sigma bond with B, carbon on B, and you have 1 p orbital contributing 1 electron to forming that pi bond with the carbon on B. So the only atom that is represented on the energy diagram on the left is A, which is the oxygen. 5, which of the atoms is represented by the energy diagram on the right? So this is just, these are all sp3 hybridized. You have 4 sp3 hybrid orbitals that are all equal in energy. And this is in C, D, G, H, I, and J.